Great Debaters Contest is brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.
Nyeri County is our base of operation and debate is the name of the game. Welcome to a wonderful episode of the Great Debaters Contest. I am Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Nyubok. Solution to all of Africa's problems can be addressed through innovation. That is our motion for today. So we have Mahiga girls versus Nyeri High. Who will be the victor?
Let's have the debaters take the stage. Proposal number 1, you have 3 minutes.
You there, and oh, not just you, but you too, and you there. Do you know that by virtue of the fact that you're here, that you're seated right there, that you do support innovation? That it is because one person, one great person, thought of an idea to create the Great Debaters Contest. And it is through the Great Debaters Contest that we are here to discuss and innovate ideas to solve all our problems. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brad Matindi from Nyeri High School, proposing the motion that states the solution to all Africa's challenges can be addressed through innovation. There is a fundamental difference between innovate and invent. To innovate something is to improve on something that has already been there, while to invent something means to create something that has never, ever been seen. If we were to take a pebble and throw it into a pond, then that innovation would be the ripples provided, while the invention is that pebble. So what am I saying? We cannot separate invention and innovation. Those two work consistently and together. Africa faces so many challenges. Both you and I face so many challenges every single day. But does that mean we are supposed to give up? By no means. People face poverty. People are affected by diseases. There is bad governance in Africa. But do we just sit down and say we're not going to innovate? By no means. Let us take Safaricom for example. Through Safaricom's innovation, that is M-Pesa, millions of Kenyans can access mobile banking. According to Wikipedia, after Safaricom innovated M-Pesa in 2007, by 2012, a stock of about 17 million Kenyans had already gotten M-Pesa accounts. Oh, my dad was so happy because after this, he was able to get a job as a Safaricom M-Pesa agent. Not only that, but also he was able to use some of the services provided, like M-Cover, to pay my fees, and that's why I'm here, innovating ideas to solve our problems. Through M-Shwari, he was able to save up and buy us a house. Hasn't this gone to some extent to solve the challenges we face as Africans? Yes, it has. It has solved unemployment. It has solved the problem of mobile banking. So would we be right to say that innovation has not solved our problems? Let us also take another problem, communication. It is all thanks to innovation that we get to communicate from different parts of the world. That you don't have to shout from the hilltops to your friends. Now, through innovation, we have phones. To the opposers, I dare you right now to provide any other solutions apart from innovation. Thank you.
Opposers, you have 3 minutes for your opening statement.
My name is Tasha Wanjibo from Mahiga Girls, ready to educate you on this great motion that is presented before us, that all Africa's problems and challenges can be solved through innovation. A great philosopher, Tom Feston, first said that invention is taking things that have already been done and making them into a better way. But this is the question. We all know that old is what? Old is gold. Not everything that is new is able to create change. Listen to this. To some point, let me be honest, let me be frank. To some point, I do support you people. To some point, I'm persuaded to join me. But listen, the term is all Africa's problems. All. That is what I do not agree with. All Africa's problems? Let's look at something like terrorism. My people, let's flash back to the year 1998, where we experienced the great Saddam Hussein. I remember an article that I read where I heard that there was one, at the mention of his name, everybody trembled from the great superpowers USA, Russia. Let's not even continue with the list. Terrorism. Now I want you to tell me, which innovation was created then to create that solution of terrorism back to our times now? We have Al-Shabaab, we have Boko Haram in Africa, creating a great problem of terrorism. A challenge again, what innovation has been created to solve this problem? According to my research, none has been created. Then you come here and lie to us that all Africa's problems can be solved through innovation. People, let's be smart. Let's not give them the opportunity to lie to us. We are smart, we are great, and I believe that we have minds to reason. Another very great invention, people. We were all excited when we heard about GMO, the genetically modified organisms. We all celebrated because finally, food shortage was going to end. But recently in France, scientists conducted a research. They fed mice on these organisms. They fed them on this food GMO. And do you know what? At the span of 2 weeks, people, 2 weeks, the mice started developing tumors. That is a mice. That is a mouse. What about me, Tasha? What about me? That's an invention, my people. Can it create a solution? I think it's creating terror. I think we should all even tremble at the term innovation. Thank you.
We'll now hear a rebuttal. Nyeri, you have 3 minutes.
I am a very sad man. A very sad man indeed. Because the opposers come here in front of us with strong points, but packed in a balloon and arm us with a bouquet of thorns to shield it from passing. Is that not? First of all, I would like them to stop actually victimizing innovation on the matter of terrorism. Have you ever heard of an innovation being accused of committing a crime? Have you ever heard of an actual innovation being taken to court because of committing a crime? No. Innovation is the means, not the criminal. Let us not state that it is the one that is causing crime. First of all, let's have a baseline and agree on one thing. Every single problem that has been solved through innovation. Do you all agree on this? Yeah. Do we? Yeah. Then I will beg to ask the great opposers to give us another solution, if not innovation. What else could be the solution? We know that most of our people used to die below the age of 5 years. Where has this stopped? Because someone innovated immunization. Am I right? Yeah. The reason for your existence is because of someone's brain power. Someone thought of a way of helping cure those diseases, such as smallpox, which used to kill our generations year after year in the past. This has been brought and addressed. Well, another thing that can actually be addressed through innovation is leadership. We need to innovate new methods of electing our leaders. Because I do not refuse, leadership is a challenge that has been facing Africa. We have heard of coup d'etats in countries such as Burundi, etc. Why? Because nobody has thought of a solution. People, please think deeper. The opposers told us to think smart, but I want to tell them this day, Nyeri High School is thinking smartest, not just smart. I would like to make a quote from the book The River and the Source by Dr. Margaret Ogola, where she says, where Akoko tells Haruta Nyamera, that yesterday is not today, and today is not tomorrow, every day rises fresh from the hands of Nyeri, god of the eye of the rising sun, bringing with it gladness and sorrow. What do we do if this sorrow comes to us in form of a challenge? Please, opposers, give us a solution, if not innovation. And with this, I would like to leave you with a quote by, from the book Betrayal in the City. It says, "We have killed our past and are busy destroying our future." So, my dear ladies and gentlemen, let us not victimize innovation, because innovation is the only answer to all our challenges. With this, I do rest my case. Thank you.
First of all, I want to take you to a world of fantasy. It's been a long day, so let's imagine, okay? So I want you to imagine that you're living in an area that is full of green. You wake up to eating fresh, tasty, and busty fruits, okay? You sleep in an area that is full of chirping birds. That is what you wake up to. You won't wake up to the ring of a bell every morning like you do maybe in this school. So this is what, after some, let's say like a few years to come, all that changes and it becomes a dry area. Now this is the story of Sahara Desert as the historians will have it. Sahara Desert was once a very arable land, very fresh, green and very productive. But what happened later? It's become one of the biggest deserts in the world. Now, what innovation did anybody make to control desertification? Desertification is the growth and spread of deserts. Sahara is growing. What innovation has anybody come up with to prevent the spread of the Sahara Desert? To my second point, I want to mention Idi Amin Dada. Now, if you're brilliant, the very first thing that came to your mind will be that Idi Amin Dada was a dictator, right? After Idi Amin Dada, we had somebody like Muammar Gaddafi. Now, I want you to tell me what innovation was made to control these dictators that we have in Africa. Muammar was from Libya, while Idi Amin was from Uganda. But so far, nothing has been done to stop these people and their dictatorship from controlling our country, because so many things were lost, so much property was destroyed, and lives were lost. My opponent happened to say that when you use something like M-Shwari, you help to create jobs. You help to use less time as you communicate, you're carrying out your transaction. But what happens to the tellers who work in the banks? They lose their job. So actually, using M-Shwari is not solving any problem. It's creating more problems, because the tellers that we have will get jobless. And what happens after they get jobless? They go into crime rates. Unemployment leads to poverty levels. People will start living below the poverty line. The last point he said is leadership. He said we need to come up with new ways of getting new leaders, but we've been choosing leaders after every 5 years. We keep on putting almost the same leaders, and after every time we complain that they're corrupt. For how long will we complain that the leaders that we elect are corrupt? Why don't we come up with a new innovation that will stop from keeping corrupt leaders into our parliament and our government? So please join me in strongly opposing that innovation has the answer to all of Africa's problems. Thank you.
Itakuwa ngori, pesa itakuwa ngori, mwisho wa story. Na 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 na.
Take part in the M Challenge by sending your short song, rap, or poem about Safaricom M-Pesa on WhatsApp, and you could win 1,000 shillings in Safaricom airtime.
The audience has challenged the debaters on stage. The proposers have been asked if innovation doesn't bring about a cycle of creating problems and then finding solutions to them. And the opposition have been asked, is democracy not a solution to the challenge of dictatorship? So we let them respond to the questions. Proposers, you have 3 minutes.
My name is Maura Thomas Nogo from Nyeri High School, firmly proposing the motion that the solution to all Africa's challenges can be addressed through innovation. To the first question, will the cycle be innovation to solve the problems? And we tell you, yes. The simple question is, has innovation solved the problems at hand? Yes. Leave alone the problems that will come tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because we will still invent other ways to solve those problems. They say that dawa ya moto ni moto, the medicine of fire is fire, and we tell you that dawa ya innovation ni innovation. Albert Einstein gave us a very simple definition of insanity. Insanity is doing things over and over again the same way, but expecting different results. Lives are being lost out there. People are suffering out there. We may be well right now, all of us here, but not a majority of our fellow Africans. 276 young girls were kidnapped from Bono State Village in Nigeria. 29 other boys were burnt alive down to ashes, courtesy of the Boko Haram. 147 is not just a number. That is the number of people who died during the Garissa attacks. 69 people had been killed before during the Westgate attacks. 28 other people were butchered alive during the Mandela attacks. Our fellow Africans are facing hunger and strife. This is an example of how our fellow Africans are suffering out there. And are we going to sit down and see our fellow Africans die? No, not at all. They are part of us and we are part of them. Let us wake up to the realization that our fellow Africans out there need us to innovate ways to solve their problems. Innovation has not failed us at all. We are the ones who have failed innovation. Our imperfectness as human beings is what makes innovation to seem as if it is failing us. Thank you, and may God bless you.
3 minutes to respond.
How? I'm surprised. In fact, I'm very delighted. I'm not sure I've stood before a lot of boys like this. I feel great, man. You're handsome, by the way. I didn't tell you that. And now, excuses are the tools the incompetent uses to build bridges that lead to absolutely nowhere. I'm Caroline Manjero from Mahiga Girls, and actually, to my proposers, I am not here to bury the skeletons from the closets, but rather to tell you, I keep my skeletons, and I tell them this, that as much as you're talking about innovation, I've got a problem. As we talk right now, imagine, over the holidays, all that you watched, I did not assess anything. Just because you innovated the digital migration stuff, I did not assess my TV. Imagine, for all that long, you still say that you're still solving my problems? I'm an African, am I not? Don't I look like one? Really? And the one was about democracy, about dictatorship. I think that some vices are actually holy virtues. We just tell them that about dictatorship, it's about you. And democracy, it is you and me. We bring democracy and we also enhance it. So we cannot say that we just sit back and start asking, oh, we cry. We also have to come up with ideas. But remember, not always will innovations favor us. For example, about security, let's say we've got guns and all that. We thought they were supposed to be for security,
But what is happening? They are the ones that are being used to kill. I do not accept that all innovations can solve our problems. Our problems are too many. Africa is crying. As you sit there, you're still crying about a problem. Is it so now that there is innovation in this room? Oh no. So, hey guys, you're too cute and too smart to be lied to. Just wake up and see. Innovation is not everything. Innovation is not that can solve our problems. We've got brains, we need to use them, but in a better way. Don't lie to people about innovations. We have learning. If we combine learning and innovation, but innovation will only come under the rule of we must learn, we must be able to enhance all that we have, bring it together. But please, don't tell us that innovation is solving all our problems. No, these all our problems. Let's stop exaggerating things and let us not only look at the big issues that we have. Even the small issues, you know, that they make you not learn in class, I need them solved.
We'll look at closing submissions. Proposers, you have a minute.
I pose a question to you all. She talked about the simple things, and I too will talk about the simple things. I have a simple question for you. So let me invoke your innovative minds. What is 10 divided by 2? 5. Have we solved the current problem we're facing? Yes, we have. So many other problems may spring up from this 5. 5 times a million, 5 times 1,000, so many. But the question according to the motion, have we solved this whole problem? Yes. Has innovation solved all problems facing Africa? Yes, because to every problem there is a solution. We as proposers offer solutions. What do they? Nothing.
Proposers, you have a minute for your final submission.
Let me show you something. Mona, you said that people are dying. My question is, what innovation has been created to solve that menace? None at all. We sit back and do nothing? Yes, we're doing something. And that is why we are creating a solution. Let's not all put our eggs in one basket and say that innovation creates a solution to all problems. It does not happen like that. A wise English philosopher once said that learning and innovation go hand in hand. Arrogance of success is to think that what you did yesterday will be sufficient for tomorrow. What you're saying was done yesterday. Let me ask you something. Let's even stop thinking about terrorism. Let's think of something else. Something I like to call the Nigerian disaster. There is oil disaster in Nigeria right now. What innovation has been created to create this oil to reach the people? The people have delayed their oil. Why? Because the government owes them 98 billion. I challenge you. Please create a solution. Please give us an innovation that will create that. Thank you.
Nyeri High School, let me just say something about the team. I think for me, if somebody asks me, what did Nyeri High School, what was their motion, what did they say? Between the two, you had a good story. A story that had a beginning, a middle, and an end. And a powerful end that makes me reflect about innovation. An end that responds to questions, that has data, has statistics, has very good use of visual aid, that invokes our emotions and leaves us to think. So at the end of the day, we all go home asking ourselves, what is it that we want to do for this continent? And innovation would be that solution. So good job.
The girls, I think the question that largely was not answered, and I think the question here is, you are opposing the motion. All of the problems cannot be addressed through innovation, and if all cannot be addressed through innovation, what is the other channel that those problems can be addressed through? And I think that is part of the question that was not answered. You banked on the other part of the question, not all of the problems, only some. And I think you should also answer the other part of the question. Nonetheless, you form 3 good debaters. I believe if we improve on our areas, and not just to Mahiga, and also to Nyeri, if we improve on various areas, we can make good debaters. So the 2 teams for some good debates.
Mahiga girls, the judges awarded you 70%. Please give them a round of applause. With the home ground advantage, Nyeri High School, the judges awarded you 78%.
We congratulate Nyeri High and of course Mahiga Girls as well. Both of them have done a tremendous job. And we'd like to thank you for watching Great Debaters Contest. And we also give our gratitude to Safaricom M-Pesa and KBC Channel 1. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Great Debaters EA. I have been your host, Maria Bouchard.
And I am Austin Yoko. Stay tuned.
The Great Debaters Contest was brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.